right, here we are on a Friday afternoon, sitting on the tailgate of the 75 Ramcharger, our YouTube giveaway truck, so we know the tailgate is solid. Can't thank you guys enough for the feedback that we've gotten on just the first couple videos. We bought this truck earlier this week, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
The enthusiasm has been great.
Yeah, so we've gotten a ton of really great feedback on the videos from you guys and a lot of subscribers, which is great because we started, I want to say, where did we start? 11,000? We started 11,000. I think we're just shy of 15 now. Tons of growth just in this short little period. A lot of people are excited about this truck and this build, but we still have a long ways to go, which is actually good because we have a lot of work left to do on this truck. When I say we, I mostly mean you and your crew.
Gotta get it right.
And we've gotten tons of really great feedback. The cool part about YouTube is there are so many knowledgeable people about everything, and in this case, Mopar trucks. So if we want to run through some of the comments we have, and we can kind of get some ideas together on this. You've got some pretty good compression on it, put an RV camshaft and a Holley fuel injection and nice MSD ignition. I drive that beast cross country and off-road it in all the states I drive in.
I like that.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I think we have pretty good compression. We have one cylinder that's giving us problems, right?
We have one that's a little low, but the RV camshaft, definitely a better camshaft than what it came with stock would be good, so I agree with that. Fuel injection, always good. I think that was at the top of our list no matter what we do with it. We'll fuel inject it. And the MSD ignition, that's a good upgrade. You know, if we keep the 440, we'll definitely have to upgrade the ignition system. Well, a lot of these 440s came in motorhomes, but motorhomes always had kind of a little hotter camshaft because they're pulling around a lot of weight and stuff. So that was like kind of common terminology when you upgrade the camshaft, put an RV cam in it, you know, so I've heard that a lot. So yeah, definitely a camshaft upgrade is a good idea. Trophy truck build.
Hold on. Just Joe's 3D, is this you?
No. This is not me.
That's a bigger bearded version of you. A trophy truck build. So I really love this idea. That would just be incredible. However, what goes into building a trophy truck?
So we talked briefly off camera, and we actually pulled up a few pictures of Ramchargers, that were like full-blown pre-runners. Basically, guys had built them to go pre-run Baja. And it's intense. Like they had like full tube chassis, like long linked rear ends, basically none of the original truck left. It was like basically a shell over it. I'm sure that's super fun. That sounds amazing.
But it could be like, what, a 3-year build, right?
Yeah, it gets intense. I mean, the off-road fabrication, hats off to those guys because they build some really cool stuff. And that stuff is all designed to take an incredible beating. Which I don't think we're really looking to put that kind of a beating on this truck.
Keep the 440 if original, if not Hellcat it. Excited at the transformation for the Ram ride. I like that name. Yeah, I mean, those are two great options. We still don't know if the 440 is numbers matching. So far it looks like it's not, but it's definitely period correct. It was cast in 75.
It's a 75, and the vehicle was 75.
So we it's definitely period correct. We don't know if it's the original 440. We might not ever know. We're gonna pull it out and really see if we can tell once we get that oil pan off, right?
Yeah, we'll take a closer look. This has like, the stock heads on these is the real, you know, detrimental thing as far as horsepower. So that's something we could change. It has the cubic inches it needs. And then if not Hellcat it, well, it's definitely a...
So I think we've gotten a couple suggestions to put a Hellcat in it, but let's talk about that for a minute. So that's obviously an option. You can get a Hellcat crate, and I think it's that 7-speed automatic transmission that they mate to that thing?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably put the Mopar purists, they're gonna hate me, but I would probably put a GM 4L80 behind the Hellcat. Strong trans, you can do a standalone controller on it. And it'll hold up to something that's this big and heavy. But definitely when we if we were to put a Hellcat in it, everything down the line behind it as far as drivetrain is gonna have to be beefed up.
So what does that do for the original transfer case? Because one of my favorite things about this truck is that transfer case and how it runs in all-time 4-wheel drive. That's just kind of a core part of this truck to me, and something I'd like to keep if possible. Is that something that would be possible with a Hellcat swap?
If you kept it, it would be not for long, because that Hellcat would probably destroy this transfer case. It's a lot of power. I think there's a chain-driven NP203, I think somebody dropped in the comments. So they're just not designed to handle Hellcat type power. There's good transfer cases out there that would handle it. Atlas makes a really killer unit. But yeah, everything down the line from there, we're changing everything in the drivetrain if we Hellcat swap it. So something to keep in mind. It's going to be real far away from what this truck is originally and the character it has. It'll be just something different altogether.
Yeah, but not out of the question, so something we're still thinking about.
Yeah, there's options there.
I do like the name though, the Ram Ride.
Ram Ride's cool.
If you put that Hellcat in it, it's essentially a retro TRX. So if we were to do like a retro TRX, what does that look like? I mean, obviously the Hellcat, what else?
Yeah, the Hellcat, I mean, the big thing about the TRX is it has a really advanced drivetrain and suspension's really dialed. Those engineers put a ton of effort into that. So I think like kind of the common way or the best way I've seen done is basically a body swap. You know, maybe find a rolled over TRX or something and put this body on it. Shorten the wheelbase, they're a completely different wheelbase.
Yeah, they're much longer, right?
Much longer, much wider, so we're looking at fenders and stuff like that as well. I think the biggest hurdle is the electronics on a TRX, which is part of like what makes those TRXs special. They have all these different Baja modes, the sand, the snow, and the computer systems are really advanced in those cars. The body control
module. There's
module,
sensors everywhere, right?
Sensors everywhere. Everything talks to each other. It's all CAN bus.
And that kind of gets away from like what this truck is right now. And so I think I'm going to kind of file that one right next to the trophy truck idea, which is it's cool and we can consider it, but I think it's kind of getting away from what the truck is right now. And everything we want to do at RestoMods.com is kind of stay true to the original style and vision of the car while improving all the technology and overall drivability.
Right. Better than new. You know, if we did a TRX, it would be totally new and maybe not as good as a real TRX.
Right.
So we'll put that in the dream box.
We'll file that over in the dream box. What else we got? JSM performance mods, keep the big block and upgrade to an EFI. So yeah, we talked about that, keeping the existing 440 and putting in fuel injection. Probably go with our boys over at FiTech.
Yeah, we worked with them a lot and they take good care of us. And they've done big block Mopars with fuel injection, several of them for us.
Yeah, we did a 6-pack.
We had a 6-pack. We did another Charger that made some serious power on their dyno, and they dyno tuned it and everything. So probably go with them. But this keep the big block and upgrade it is kind of a common theme we see popping up. I like it. I like that idea.
Yeah, I think we've gotten quite a few comments that are keep the original 440. That's a lot of that old school Mopar big block love, and then just improve it. So that's kind of leaning that way.
Yeah, I like that.
John Howe, maybe some air suspension would look great. I would hope it would work great. Air suspension. What are the benefits of air suspension? Just being able to like change it?
Yeah, so what I've started seeing recently, it's not very common, but air suspension is kind of making its way into the off-road community. I've seen some crawler guys kind of start going towards that. It's not very common. So I don't know if maybe he's referring to like make this thing two-wheel drive, slam it, put it on bags, that type of deal.
Right.
But I have seen air suspension making its way slowly into the off-road community with some of the guys that are playing with that. So
I think just some big Bilsteins or Rancho shocks or something like that.
Yeah.
I think gets us where we want to go.
Yeah.
This truck is very nice considering how old it is. This guy has a 75 Ramcharger. Working on getting back on the road. It came stock with a 440, which I still have. I love the look and stance of this truck. You mentioned it has BFG 35s on it, and I saw evidence of a new lift kit. How much lift does it have? Does it have a lift kit on it? I know it has those big Rancho shocks.
Yeah, it has shocks, and it has some upgraded front leafs that look like they're a little longer than stock. I don't know if it's lifted a lot. It's tier 3 inches if it's anything. So.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a crazy lift.
Yeah.
If I were building this, I'd drop a Cummins 5.0 V8 and ASIN transmission in it, or build the 440 up. If you decide to go the Cummins route, you should reach out to Gale Banks and crew for custom interior and exterior modifications. I would draw a lot of inspiration from Jonathan Ward. I'm gonna have to do some Googling on those people.
So Jonathan Ward builds like all the icon Broncos that you see
those are
pop
so
up
killer.
in a lot of auctions and stuff. Really good, drawing inspiration as far as interior and exterior mods. Definitely, that guy's kind of like setting the pace for that kind of resto modded 4x4 build. He's doing a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I love those icon trucks.
The Gale Banks stuff, we at SEMA, they had a pretty wild truck with like a twin turboed, or actually it was a supercharged Duramax, I believe. So yeah, Gale Banks is doing a lot of cool stuff with diesels. We've heard the Cummins swap thing pop up. This body style truck did come with the 12 valve Cummins, so I know it'll all fit and everything. We probably use a lot of parts from just a truck, an actual Ram, because I think like from the doors forward, this is basically the same as that.
Yeah.
So it would essentially mostly bolt in. I like Cummins. They're really strong engines. They last forever. They're great if you're doing a lot of towing. I don't think we're doing any towing with this thing.
Possibly, but it's definitely not, I think, the primary job of the truck, but I think all great ideas.
Yeah, all great ideas. Cummins are cool. I've seen them in everything. I saw El Camino with a Cummins.
So can't go wrong.
They're putting them in a lot of different things.
Oh, my buddy Josh. Sure hope Chris stretched before that high kick stunt. You know, I actually didn't, and you weren't even supposed to get that on camera, but right on.
A little bonus,
Thanks, Josh.
bonus
Thanks,
footage
Joe.
there, behind the scenes.
I love the truck. I had one in high school. I take it as is. It's perfect. Can't wait to see what you do to it. I can't wait to see what we do to it either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's perfect, but it's pretty good.
Pretty cool. Are those who already been subscribed entered as well? Yeah, absolutely. When we hit 100,000 subscribers, we're just gonna like take a snapshot of those 100,000 subscribers and pick one. So if you're already subscribed, you're entered. If you're gonna subscribe as number 99,999, then you're also entered.
It's kind of going down too fast. Like a lot of people are throwing out Hellcat, and then we're getting a strong showing of people that really like the 440, and I don't blame them. We're kind of in that camp too. The 440, it just fits in this vehicle. It's a big block. We've had a lot of fun with 440s. I know how strong they are, and it came in this, you know, it was optioned out with the biggest engine possible.
You don't see a lot of these out on the road, which is kind of part of the appeal. And I agree with a ton of those comments. We're lucky to have such knowledgeable viewers, and thank you for all of that awesome feedback. I think no matter what, we're gonna be adding more power.
Yep.
We're gonna be upgrading all the tech, so that includes all the wiring, the gauges, everything you see and touch while you're driving the car. We're gonna improve all of that. We're gonna tear out everything in here.
Yep.
There's a lot of body work that we need to do. I saw a couple holes under there. We know we have to do that seat pan.
Yep.
So the whole truck's gonna come apart. The engine's gonna come out. I'm not sure if we're taking the body off the frame entirely, but something we might consider.
Yeah, I know I want to redo all the you know, body mount bushings to the frame, so at that point, you know,
It's off anyways.
Yeah, it might be off anyway, so.
Yeah, so and if we do that, then probably inspect the frame, powder coat the frame, do all the body work we need to do, put the body back on, do the interior, and then at that time we can also be working on the engine and doing a bunch of engine upgrades. So sounds like we've got a lot of work ahead of us. Thank you guys again for all of the feedback and suggestions. We're going to continue to rely on you guys for ideas and inspiration, and I think at some point we're going to get to like color choices and all that kind of stuff.
Stuff like that, yeah, the fun stuff, all the cosmetics. I think right now we're just kind of sifting through mechanically what we want this thing to be. But I like kind of staying true to its heritage. I wouldn't mind driving something like this with a Hellcat either. That'd be pretty radical.
Yeah.
So that's kind of still up in the air. I think Joe's poll is kind of telling the tale of what most people
How
like.
can people go vote on that poll?
Just go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, so you're probably, if you're watching this, you've been to our YouTube channel, you can go there and you can vote on the poll. And if you want to see somebody win this truck faster, tell your friends, sign up for our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe buttons, all you gotta do to enter. When we get to 100,000 subscribers, we're gonna be handing one lucky subscriber the keys to this vehicle and the title.
Yep.
Obviously, you don't just get the keys, you get the title and the truck and the keys.
Yeah.
And hopefully by then we're done with the build. But you know, I kind of hope that we take our time and we finish the build early so that we can go do some off-road.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to enjoy this thing for a little bit, but in the meantime, we're open to ideas, so stay in the comments, appreciate everything.
Yep, thank you guys. Get entered to win. Subscribe to the RestoMods YouTube channel and check out RestoMods.com for a bunch of our other giveaways and sick builds we're working on that Chris's crew is putting together here. Sayonara, we are out.